Hey there, Tad Hargrave from marketingforhippies.com, and this is a little puttering session review about feeling disappointed in relationships. So I was talking with a woman today, and she is a new kind of counselor, coach, and was really struggling with this dynamic of, I want to be ultimately a psychotherapist, but who am I to be offering this because I'm not a trained psychotherapist, and how deep should I go? And I've got all these interests and skills. She was interested in nonviolent communication. She's interested in love languages, attachment theory, all this kind of stuff. And but was really struggling, was drowning in what a lot of folks drown in is, I have all these modalities, so where do I focus? But as we spoke, this one thing came up where she said, they're often disappointed about their relationships. They feel disappointed. And I said, well, how would you feel if 80% of your clients were, couples who felt disappointed in their relationship? She said, well, it's almost, but individuals too. And I said, okay, so if it was like 50% couples who felt disappointed in their relationship and 50% of it was individuals who were single, but just like, man, all my relationships, I've just felt disappointed the whole time. She said, that'd be amazing. So then you just see how quickly we got to a niche. It didn't take us long with a few of the right questions and just listening for what was leaping out. That's a very solid niche, because what works about it is it's a specific moment, it's a dynamic, it's a very recognizable situation. Not all of us have this. Not all of us have this deep feeling of disappointment with our past relationships. Well, they didn't work out for this reason or that reason. We haven't had that many relationships. But some people, oh man, it's a string of disappointments, of betrayals and being let down. So now we've got that. And then I said, okay, so what's your take on why? Why do people feel so let down? And it was beautiful because, well, they don't know their love languages. They don't know what their needs are in relationships. They've got unhealed wounds, so they get triggered by their partner a lot. What else was there? They have sort of childish projections of hopefulness, like, oh, this person will meet all my needs, and not good communication skills. So we have a bit of a Venn diagram. In the end, there were 6 things. And I said, that's what you make your presentations about, your sales letters, everything. It's just, you're making the case for why you see that people are so often disappointed in their relationships. That's the goal. You're not making the case for why you're so great, why they should hire you. You're making the case here, you're trying to help banish some of the mystery about why they've been so baffled and blindsided by relationships. And she got really excited. And I said, well, the next step then is you design the offer. And as always, you start with the premium offer. You start with the kind of the gold, the whole enchilada, everything but the kitchen sink, offer, and work back. And now there's 2 versions of that she could have. One is the one-on-one package. So a gold level, the one-on-one package might be, look, at the gold level, you get this many one-on-one sessions. And I'm going to mail you a box with a bunch of books. There'll be the NVC book, love languages book, a book on attachment theory, a book on by Esther Perel, etc. And there are going to be some candles, incense, whatever floats your boat. And the silver level might be fewer sessions, no box, and the bronze level might just be a DIY. Here's some videos and some exercises, and some ebooks, that type of thing. And then the group program, there's that as well. Now, if you're interested in what kind of stuff can go in a premium offer, go to marketingforhippies.com/premium, and you'll see a list of, I think it's 33 things that can go into that. So, it was just interesting. She called really drowning, just no idea what her niche was, and feeling like a bit of the imposter syndrome. And then at the end, she's like, well, but I still feel like I don't know that much. I said, have you been through this? Have you been disappointed multiple times in a relationship? Yeah. Okay. That's your credibility. Because just consider this. I think sometimes people think they're weighted equally. Well, my personal experience is equally weighted with academic experience. Let's imagine you were 45 years old. You just want an extraordinary relationship and you've never had one. You've been let down and disappointed. You've never had a redemptive relationship in your life. And you're sick of it. You're so exhausted. Now, one person is an academic and they've been studying relationships, don't you know? And the sociological transformation of relationships since the Middle Ages. And they're very interested in this theme about disappointment. The other one is somebody who's had 20 disappointing relationships and finally learned from it and pulled it from real experience. You don't weight those equally. It's like 90% of it is the personal experience and 10% or less is all this academic stuff. It's so much more potent and credible for people if you've gone through it yourself. If you're experiencing clinical depression and, do you want to work with somebody who overcame clinical depression themselves, or do you want to work with somebody who's been studying it at a PhD level who's never had a depressed day in their life? It's a real easy answer. So there we go. That's the report from the field. Hopefully that's of use to some of you. I'd love to hear some of your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like these videos, you can subscribe and you'll get more. You can follow me on Instagram, Marketing for Hippies, and my website, marketingforhippies.com, has a ton of free stuff you can check out as well. Thanks, everyone.